This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane. This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Yeah. This is the Urban Mercenary, Shotgun Adams, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. So hit play and act like you know, hoes.
Hello, and welcome to the show with Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today. Interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J., alongside Scooter Dust.
Pleasure to be with you again, wrestling fans.
And it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with
The Urban Mercenary, Shotgun Adams!
Goddamn right. You better act like you know, hoes.
Damn right.
Yeah, we try to do it big here on Wrestling With. How are you, Shotgun?
I'm doing all right, you know. Like I've been rolling with the punches like usual lately. Like I just whooped COVID's ass for like the third time.
Yeah, you did.
And yeah, so like right now I'm just back on my grind, back on just trying to be out there and show everybody what it is.
Right. And can you tell us when's the next time you're gonna beat somebody's ass in the ring?
So I got a few irons in the fire, right? Y'all can regularly catch me over at Pro Wrestling Magic. But y'all can also catch me on IWW. Y'all can catch me on PAPW. I'll show up on there. I'll show up at New World Wrestling Extreme. I'm actually going on sort of a wrestling pilgrimage. I'm going to anywhere anybody will have me and is ready for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But those are like the most frequent places you'll find your mans. Although there are a couple of things that I can't announce at this present time, but I would suggest y'all follow me on Twitter at Shotgun Adams, because that's where that's where you're most likely to hear the latest hotness.
What about your other social media accounts?
I would also suggest y'all follow me on Instagram at Shotgun Adams. I try to make it easy for y'all that are ready for the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
You can also find me on Facebook if you want to. I may make a TikTok, but I may not. You know, I'm still kind of like iffy about that. Like, there's high enough demand. You know, I ain't opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you. And of course, merchandise.
Merchandise. I'm glad you're using that. Find your mans on Threadless. You can, and I want you to note this down. Ready for it?
Yep.
It's http //shotgunadams.threadless.com, and there you got full choices for shirts in any design that y'all want. Y'all want tanks? Bet. Want different colors? Either trying to rock your man to try to represent him the right way, go to shotgunadams.threadless.com. You're not going to be disappointed.
Alright. And you don't even have to look for those links. You don't need to type it into your Google machine. All of the links will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Now, you had
Big facts.
you
Big facts.
mentioned just prior, kind of going on a wrestling pilgrimage, so to speak. What kind of brought that on?
So I'll tell you this much right now. I have been grinding in this game for a number of years now. I don't want to disclose how many because everybody does that. Like everybody's like, "Oh, I've been doing this for X amount of years," and I was just like, "Okay, what do you got to show for it?" I'd rather not focus on what has happened in the past. I am always trying to focus on the future. You know, I'm always trying to figure out what can I do next. So that's where I'm at. Like right now, I am hitting up every territory in this country, any other country. Like no passport. That's how I operate.
I gotcha. Okay. Scooter, you have a question.
Yes, being from the New York area, technically born in Long Island, technically born in the same hospital as Chris Jericho. I was, and again, I'm going to tell this for the millionth time. I trained with the NYWC under Mikey Whipwreck and Pat Buck alongside Alex Reynolds, John Silver, Tony Nese. Is your pilgrimage taking you out to Deer Park and the NYWC?
That depends on if they're ready for me. If they want to bring me in and the money's right, I'm gonna come through. And I'm gonna show these people what it is. Like here's the thing, like with certain exceptions, like anybody can catch the smoke.
So that would also, I would suggest, in addition to the NYWC, Victory Pro Wrestling (VPW) out of St. James.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I might be popping by VPW sooner than y'all think.
Ooh.
I don't want to like spoil too much. I would just suggest yes. Is all I'm saying.
Well, my nephew works for VPW, so don't worry, he hasn't spoiled anything.
I should hope not. Otherwise, I'll have to pay your nephew a visit.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. Okay.
I believe.
All
right. Was you done with your question, Scooter?
Yeah, James, you can go next.
All right. Can you tell us about your relationship with Logan Black?
With Logan Black.
Yes.
It's a loaded question, but I will say that he is. I don't want to blow smoke up this motherfucker's ass, but like, he did reach out to me when not a lot of people would. I owe a lot to him, but if y'all watch Good Vibes and Dives, which is available on IWTV, look that up. IWW, Good Vibes and Dives. I was not afraid to beat his fucking ass to prove a point. And the point was, I am willing to cut anybody's throat if it means going up the ladder I want out of this game.
You had mentioned.
But,
oh, continue. My bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I cut you off.
No, I think Logan understands that it's nothing personal. Like, he realizes how cutthroat this game can be. He's been in this longer than I have. so he knows what it is. So you know, we still, but just know, like, anytime he knows that anytime that I gotta cut his throat to step up the ladder, I'm gonna. And I think he works the same way.
To a degree, we love Logan. We've had him on the show before. Um, but you had mentioned, he reached out to you when not a lot of people did. What did that kind of mean to you and show you about his character?
So around August of 2020, for various things I don't really want to get into, like, I was so burnt out on wrestling. I was burnt out on pretty much everything, really. I was back in the gym, but I didn't really have like a direction. I didn't know what way to move forward. And it was Low that reached out to me and technique training. Do you want to come through? And I have a lot of respect for him. I want to make that clear. I have a lot of respect for him, both personally and professionally. So when he gave me that offer, I'm just like, really, what have I got to lose?
Right.
And I came to Technique to Training, T2T for short, and I can honestly say it is the most fun that I've ever had in my career. And it is the most fun I've ever had with pro wrestling in general, which I have spent my entire adult. Make of that what you will.
And when you say you were burnt out, was you close to, giving up wrestling entirely, or was it just, I'm gonna put this on the back burner?
I was just so pissed off about the way the business is run, because it's like, for as much as a lot of people like to talk shit about, oh, nobody understands the business, it's all about friends and whatever, like, these same people will turn around and do the same middle school bullshit that, like, everybody does.
Right.
And it just, I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, I don't believe in talking about something if it's about that life.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not gonna sit here and tell a whole bunch of shit.
Shotgun? Yeah. Shotgun? You there?
There's I know I'm being kind of vague about this shit. I'm also into a whole. Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Give me. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
And
I
didn't mean to cut you off. I just we couldn't hear you.
No, it's all good. So, like, what I was saying was, I'm not the kind of person that would say one thing and then turn around and do the opposite. Like, if I say something, I stand by it. And I know I'm being, like, vague when I say that, but I also don't want to turn this into a whole fuck this person in particular or fuck that person in particular, because really this applies to a lot of the business. And not even just wrestling, just entertainment in general. You know, everybody wants to, like, put on a face because they don't want to piss off the wrong person. They don't want to, like, burn any bridges or whatever. But, like, you know, if I say something, I mean it.
Right.
and I'm not taking that shit back.
No, I completely understand that. All right. Scooter, you have a question.
Yes, yeah, we do our research here on Wrestling With, and I noticed you went from short hair to long hair, really long hair, to back to short hair, I believe. Currently, is that correct?
No,
Oh, you still do have a ponytail.
yeah, no, I've been growing my hair for years. I've been growing my hair since I want to say 2015, if we're being honest.
Holy crap!
Because I had always wanted to grow it, but like I was always like insecure about it, especially because if you grow up in an environment where certain I'm trying to forget it. Sorry, I'm also drinking. If nobody can understand this through audio, I am drinking Broken Skull IPA, which I would recommend.
Hey, shout out to Stone Cold.
Yeah, but also like I have been wanting to grow my hair since I was 10, but I never had the freedom to do it until about 5 or 6 years ago, and I knew that it was going to be like a lot of trouble to upkeep or whatever, but like I don't regret it, like even a little bit. Like I feel so much better with long hair than I do with short.
I understand that. I had what some call a Jufro, but
That's not wrong with that.
I haven't had a haircut since 2017. I'm planning on it, but I wanted to know what was your upkeep routine for your hair?
Honestly, like I wouldn't even say I had a routine. Like I just shampooed it and never let the barber touch that shit. Like I would get shape ups. I would have him fix my beard or whatever. But like cutting my hair, nah. I would let that shit grow. And it wasn't until like I want to say like 2017, 2018 when it went past the whole too long to be short, too short to be long phase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like anybody that's listening to this and thinking about growing their hair, you are absolutely going through an awkward phase. There's no getting around that shit. My advice is to power through it, take care of it, shampoo and condition it. Just know that you're gonna get a lot of awkward selfies out of this shit.
Oh, that amen to that. Now, follow up on that. Would you consider putting it on the line in a match?
What's the other motherfucker put it in the match?
Let's say let's say title versus hair. Let's say title versus hair.
Here's my thing. Like you better be putting something as valuable as my hair on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear this bullshit about your honor or whatever the fuck. You got to bring up something physical. Because guess what? For the next couple of years, I'm going to have to rock short hair if I lose. Which, don't get it twisted, I'm not going to lose.
What?
But in the off chance that I lose, I got to rock this shit for a minute. So you better be putting something up. You better be bringing something to the table that's worth my while. You better be bringing, if it's money, it better be 5 or 6 figures or more.
Would you ever consider donating it to charity, like Locks of Love?
I'm not going to say I wouldn't consider it.
But when the day comes...
If that day comes that, like, I got to put this shit up, because I'm like, I'm not an uncharitable motherfucker. Like I do believe in giving back. I'm saying, I mean, besides that, there's other shit that I could give back besides my hair. But if I do have to give my hair, it would have to be when I'm like around retirement, and it doesn't matter anyway.
All right.
If I could just tell
All
a
right.
quick story, when the whole pandemic thing started, I said I'm gonna cut my hair off, and I have really long hair as well. And the barber did not understand what I wanted, and he just cut it all off. And it seemed I had like the only way I could describe it is I kind of had like the CM Punk haircut. It kind of short all the way to the top. And since then, that was 2 years ago, I have not cut my hair since.
See, if he just shaved my hair off, I would smack that motherfucker.
No, he took scissors and he just, like, the ponytail, you put it in a ponytail and they snip it. It was that. And, like, there was no reaction time. Like, I had no
I
time
would
to
have looked at
react.
that motherfucker like, "Are you dead ass right now?" Like, I'm not trying to interrupt right now, but like, I would have looked at him like, "Yo, bro, are you dead ass? Did anything out of my mouth sound to you like I wanted to cut my ponytail off?
Well, I did
Like I
want it.
wanted to?"
I did want it short. I just didn't expect it to be. He cut it a lot shorter than I had expected.
Okay, but short can mean like any type of thing. It's
Right.
like it could have been like Chris Jericho 2005,
Right.
or when AJ Styles was rocking that like fucking soccer mom hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like it could have mean any number of things. This motherfucker decided, all right, I'm gonna snip this motherfucker's ponytail off, and he's just gonna look like Future Trunks.
Did you just say Future Trunks?
Yeah, that's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Yes.
Goddamn right. You think people from the hood never watch anime? Fuck out of here.
Oh, James.
No, we will be getting into anime a little later. But until then, researching you, looking at the promotion, Pro Wrestling Grind, your name comes up a couple times, and I was just wondering what was your relationship with Pro Wrestling Grind?
So I'm cool with everybody at Pro Wrestling Grind. I'm not gonna make that a secret, but it's like everything depends on what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what they're ready for. Because I pride myself on bringing an entirely different energy to any scene that I'm in. Doesn't matter if it's Pro Wrestling Grind, doesn't matter if it's Vacation Land, doesn't matter if it's Pine State, doesn't matter if it's fucking this, that, or the third. I have an energy that nobody else can bring. And I pride myself on that. And it really is up to the promotion to be like, are we ready for that? And don't get it twisted. There's a lot of motherfuckers at Pro Wrestling Grind that I would love to test myself against. You know, because at the end of the day, I'm also competitive. Like, I'm not just about the money. Like, I also want to know for a fact that I can beat these motherfuckers.
Right.
Like, that's really where I'm at. It's really like, unless,
And Pro
like,
Wrestling Pro Wrestling Grind
Go ahead.
isn't ready for the smoke, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that whenever Pro Wrestling Magic is ready for the smoke, my DMs is open. I'm open to negotiation. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I'm not going to sit here and say whether Pro Wrestling Magic is ready for the smoke. Not Magic, Grind.
Right, yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say they're not ready for the smoke because I've seen them. Like, I've seen Travis Huckabee. I've seen Rip Bison. I've already talked about Logan Black, but I've also seen Jay Freddy. I've also seen Rob Martyr. I've also seen Manders. I've also seen Perry Von Vicious. As a matter of fact, I've wrestled Perry Von Vicious at Vacation Land Pro Wrestling.
What do you bring up the name? We interviewed Perry last week on the show.
I'm telling Perry right now, anytime you want the smoke, let me know.
All right. I wish we did this before Perry. All right.
I don't run from nobody.
Scooter, you have a question.
Now, is it safe to say you don't like the Yankees?
I don't have anything against the Yankees, but I'm not going to sit here and jack the Yankees over the Mets. And here's why. Because everybody was like, oh, the Yankees have 27 world titles and all that. Like, yeah, that's cool. But, like, every aspect of sports and entertainment, for that matter, it is always, what have you done for me lately? You know what I'm saying? And if you look at sports right now, if you look at baseball right now, the Mets is on fire.
Yes.
That motherfucker is on God mode right now.
Yes.
And as a lifelong Mets fan, I couldn't be happier. Because the last time we actually sent the fucking World Series was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, last time the Mets was Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, like, you gotta, like, you know what's crazy? Is like we won the first three, and like on the other side of the and on the Kansas side, a player's dad died, and it just became like a whole anime comeback sequence. They just came back and just swept the fuck out of us. That shit was crazy.
Now, me being a lifelong Mets fan as well, one bus ride and 2 train stops from Citi Field. Here's my question.
Go ahead.
If the Dodgers were still in Brooklyn and the Mets still existed, would you say you'd be more of a Dodger fan or a Met fan?
It's a hard question to answer because, again, born and raised in Brooklyn. Like, I can't.
That's why I ask.
Turn on my borough. But I'm also a lifelong Mets fan. So, like, it's one of those things, it's like, what if? But if we're being perfectly honest, I would probably be a Dodgers fan. Like, to be real, I'm a Brooklyn Cyclones fan.
Yes. Oh, man. God, I remember when we had the Queens Kings, and they would play at St. John's that was like one summer. But my father was also brought up in Brooklyn for the first number of years of his life, and he was a huge Brooklyn Dodgers fan. He's got the memorabilia and everything. And one thing I always tell people is that if the Mets didn't exist and the Dodgers were still in Brooklyn, I'd be a Dodgers fan.
Let's for the people in the audience that don't live in New York City, you gotta understand, we don't rep New York City as a whole. We don't rep New York as a state. We rep our borough.
Yep.
Like, if you from Queens, you a Queens motherfucker. If you're from Brooklyn, you rep Brooklyn. If you trash as fuck, you rep the Bronx.
Yep. The boogie down.
No, you know what? Take anybody from the Bronx. Take that personally. Fuck y'all. The Bronx is trash.
What are your thoughts on Staten Island?
They don't even exist. They're not even from. I don't even consider them New York, bro. Like, it's the same as Long Island. Like, y'all motherfuckers is barely New York. Y'all here because of a technicality.
We're not technically there because some guy wanted people to moved out to the suburbs and started building homes and made a highway. That's literally it.
If I had the choice, y'all motherfuckers would have been sawed off, and I would have let y'all float across the sea.
It's a good thing I don't live in Long Island.
No, it goes for Long Island and Staten Island. Take it personally. I don't give a fuck.
It's a good thing I don't live in Staten Island either.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the moral of all this is I live in Los Angeles, so I have the Dodgers. I win. Aha.
Congratulations, bro. You got our sloppy seconds.
Yeah,
But I
he's
mean,
right.
who won
Jim.
the World Series the most recently?
Okay, but who's on track to win the World Series this year? Not the Dodgers. I'll tell you that much right now.
Both New York teams are on track.
We'll see. We'll see. All right.
I don't know. You see, I don't know about both New York teams part because the Yankees, as we speak, just got no hit by the Astros 2 days in a row.
Yeah, that is true. But they are 11 games ahead, so.
I don't know. Them motherfuckers have been coasting on the 27 world title thing for a while now. They the Ric Flair of baseball.
That's what happens.
It's like, oh, you won this many world titles. All right, but the last title you won was fucking 15 years ago. So what's good?
That's what happens when you can buy a World Series.
I don't think I could wait any longer asking this. Could you tell us about your love of anime?
I have loved anime since I was a child, ever since we were stealing cable when I was a kid. Because if you grew up in New York, do you remember the black boxes?
Yes.
Like, if you grew up at a time that cable was still dominant, you remember there was people that could hook you up, and all of a sudden you could get free wrestling pay-per-views.
Yep. I get free. Yeah.
You also watch all the channels on cable, bro. So one day I had been with anime since Toonami was a thing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh man.
And Dragon Ball is to this day my favorite anime of all. My favorite series of all time. I'll read the manga, I'll play the games, I watch the anime, of course.
Ooh, you're hardcore. You go with the mangas as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got into manga when I was 10 years old, and I just didn't get rid of it. I didn't quit. I kept reading.
What's your favorite Dragon Ball saga?
Ooh, that's a tough question, but it is a tie between Frieza and Piccolo Jr.
Ooh, interesting, yeah. I don't think Piccolo gets as much credit as being a bad guy as he does.
No, I'm gonna put y'all on game right now. Go watch the Dragon Ball anime, the original Dragon Ball anime.
Oh, yeah.
That shit still holds up. Read the manga. Anything, especially from King Piccolo onward, that shit still holds up in my eyes.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, the Frieza saga is kind of what made Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, because that was when Goku turned Super Saiyan, and then the world was never the same.
Oh yes. I still
From then on, it didn't matter. Nothing about what happened before that mattered. All anybody cared about was Super Saiyan.
Yes, because they teased it so much prior to that moment that you could ascend, but we never got to see. I mean, we kind of thought that Kaioken was that ascension, but
I still love the Kaioken. I'm not gonna hold you.
oh, I love Kaioken too. And when he brought it out in Super with Super Saiyan God, that was definitely got a pop to me.
Nah, I love that. Like, here's the thing: a lot of people like shit on Super. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought the Future Trunks saga was trash.
Mm,
Like largely trash. But like Super as a whole, I can't hate it. I will say that Dragon Ball Super Broly was fucking excellent.
oh, for sure, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, well, you know, because everybody is blinded by nostalgia. And that's true of all entertainment. But it's especially like wrestling and anime
Yeah,
where people have such a habit of being blinded by nostalgia that they can't appreciate shit for what it is.
right.
And
You know,
that's go ahead.
Super isn't my favorite version of Dragon Ball for sure. But you know, there were a lot of moments that I did really enjoy in the series. Like I really enjoyed Hit. He was maybe the best character to come out of Super.
No, I love Hit. Don't get it twisted. That shit was fire.
Oh yeah. What was what was it about the Future Trunks saga in Super that kind of made you not like that one? I'm
There was
curious.
so much about it. Uh, First things first, I didn't like how Future Trunks, who was one of my favorite characters of Z, essentially turned into a fanfic character. Like all of a sudden, like he has his own super special transformation to himself, and also he can create a spirit bomb without learning it, and all this other shit. I didn't like the fact that uh, I didn't like the how the saga ended in such a. I did
It
the
ended
ending
in a
didn't feel
whimper.
earned. The ending didn't feel earned.
Yeah.
I feel like you spent this whole time building up Zamasu as this big killer and whatever, and then you finally beat him. But then it turns out it's useless anyway because he merges with the fucking universe and just blows everything up. So like, it's all this whole big waste of fucking time. Because you could also just build an alternate timeline where it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
But then you just take the stakes out of it, and that's one of the big flaws that I can admit Dragon Ball has is that there's not really stakes like that.
Oh, for sure.
Like there's always a reset button somewhere. There's always like a way out of it. That's why I appreciated things like the Bardock special, which I'm mad they retconned for the Broly movie. That's like one of the few things I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But also the History of Trunks special, which I rewatched recently in Japanese, because I will say this, and a lot of people will get mad at me because of nostalgia. The dub didn't actually start being good until around Kai.
Okay, fair enough. But the Future
And
Trunks special, that was probably one of the finest pieces of anime of all time, honestly.
no, I love the History of Trunks special. It was fucking great. It did not pull any punches. Like it showed you exactly how fucked up it would be if Goku wasn't around and the Dragon Balls weren't a thing.
Right.
It was great. I would recommend that anybody watch it. The dub is okay, but I would personally recommend the Japanese dub over that.
Oh. And any animes you're currently watching, or other ones that kind of get you fired up?
So I'm very bad at catching up on the latest anime of the day, like the hot hypeness or whatever. Like, I really should catch up on Jujutsu Kaisen because everybody swears up and down that it's great. I did manage to get on season 5 of My Hero, and I like what I saw, but it does feel like Naruto if Rock Lee was the protagonist, and I'm sure everybody is going to give me shit for that. I also want to catch up on Attack on Titan because I did see season 1 when it came out, but I haven't touched anything since then, and that's just kind of it. Like when you're in the wrestling bubble, like when you're really into it, like if you're on the grind, it becomes that much harder to look at like literally anything else.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, Attack on Titan, it's at its last season, and just trying to think back from what happened in season 1 to where it is now is kind of like, wow, like a lot of shit has really happened since the fourth season, and how
And here's what. No, go ahead.
no, and how everything progressed since then.
Here's the thing that nobody really wants to admit is like wrestling is storytelling at its basest, and there are so many parallels between wrestling and anime, especially shonen anime,
Oh, for sure.
because it follows the same structure. You got your shine, you got your moment where the hero is. First, you got to establish that the hero is the shit, and then you find something that like beats the hero down. So now they got to overcome that shit. Like, if you watch, and Dragon Ball is the best example of that. To be real with you, like, if you are trying to study wrestling psychology, shonen anime, especially Dragon Ball, is one of the best ways to study it. Is what I'm saying. That and watching tape, obviously. But I'm just like saying, if you're trying to step outside the box, that's why. If I'm being real, I am eternally jealous of Kid Bandit.
Oh, yes,
because Kid Bandit found a way to bridge the gap between anime and wrestling, and I kind of wish I had thought of that shit first. So if you listen to this, Kid Bandit, you're a genius, but fuck you.
Oh my god. No, you're absolutely right about that. I always considered wrestling being in the tournament arc just a never-ending tournament arc.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. We even have tournaments for that purpose. So it's like, it is storytelling at its basest, and that's what I kind of love about it. Like, I love the way you can express yourself in wrestling. It doesn't have to be like one way or the other.
Did you ever see One Punch Man?
I know of One Punch Man. I've just never seen an episode of it.
There's one episode, I think it's the third episode in, and the whole episode is basically a parody and a trope of anime cliches. It's the tournament arc. It's the high tower arc. It's the big bad that can't die. It's literally everything in one episode, and it's every cliche, and it's a hilarious.
I mean, I'll watch. I'm not against watching One Punch Man. Like, I'll peep it. Like I said, there's like so much anime I gotta catch up on. I am stoked about the Dragon Ball superhero movie that's about to come out. Like that, I'm gonna make time for that.
Oh,
But
for
it's
sure.
like there's just also so much that I haven't even touched. Like, I haven't even watched the last rebuild of Evangelion movie, and Evangelion is one of my favorite series.
All right. Well, I think Scooter is absolutely done with us talking in Alien at this point.
My bad, bro.
No. My knowledge of anime goes as far as Crayon Shinchan and Hetalia.
I will say this: I didn't watch Natalia, but like the Funimation dub of Shin-chan is hilarious.
Yes, I always make it a point to do the manly dance of the manly trust dance of the Brotherhood of Men.
To be a man, you
Men,
must have honor,
honor,
and a
a
penis.
Woo.
That's how you know. That's how you know I'm watching Adult Swim since the jump.
Yes. However, there is a form of comics I love, and I love them both equally, maybe a little bit more over the other, but tell us about your love of DC.
Comics.
Well, anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge fan of Batman, especially the animated series from the 90s.
Oh,
who
yes.
isn't?
Like,
God.
and I did recently watch the Batman movie with Rob Pattinson, and I was pleasantly surprised because I came in with like no expectations. Because, and again, I'm gonna catch heat for this, but Zack Snyder movies suck.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm so tired. I am so fucking tired. Everybody like jacking Zack Snyder. You know what? Here's the thing. Y'all are all entitled to like what you like. I'm not gonna hold that against you. But to say that, but to come here and say that Zack Snyder movies are like the standard or whatever, especially when it comes to Batman,
Right.
because his Batman betrayed every aspect of the character you can name.
100%.
And that's not even saying that I like the Joss Whedon version either, because the Joss Whedon Justice League movie sucked because it just felt like the Avengers all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
More
And
like
like
a parody of the Avengers.
that's not
honestly.
me shitting on the. That's not even me shitting on the Avengers. As just like, if I wanted to watch the Avengers, I'd watch the fucking Avengers.
Yep.
No,
Like,
I'm definitely more DC than Marvel when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And I went into the Robert Pattinson Batman movie the same way. But I was honestly, he wasn't a bad Batman. He was better than
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you take the script out, I don't mind Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he would do a pretty good job. Like he played a better Bruce Wayne than most. He played a better Bruce Wayne, in my opinion, than both Keaton and Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't brooding. He wasn't wallowing in his childhood pain. He was the playboy.
He was Bruce Wayne. And like if it wasn't for the whole script of Batman v Superman and Justice League, I have no problem with Ben Affleck being Batman. You know, like none. But he was playing with a script where the deepest part of that movie was save Martha.
How do you know that name?
I'm just like, fuck you, bro.
What's that?
And that's not me shitting on Zack Snyder as a person. You know, if you like Zack Snyder movies or whatever the fuck, like that's on you. I'm not hating on anybody that likes any form of entertainment that doesn't hurt anybody. But I'm just saying, it's not for me. It's not what I look for in Batman. I liked the Robert Pattinson Batman movie because number one, it was an actual detective story featuring the world's greatest detective.
Yes.
Yes.
At the same time, I'm just like, the cops and Alfred kind of figured out most of the mysteries anyway, so it's just kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a movie that went beyond ending with the villain, you know, getting their comeuppance. I wasn't stoked to have Paul Dano as the Riddler, but his
No, actually, I
interpretation.
like Paul Dano as the Riddler. I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, it grew on me. It was almost. This was the Dark Knight version of the Riddler, essentially.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I liked everything that they did. I like Falcone personally. I thought he was great. I thought he was better in that than Batman Begins. For being honest.
Yes, John Turturro is well, most people would say John Turturro is not on Jim Broadbent's level. Here, he absolutely was, because he pulls it off with such arrogance and such that you just want you feel it.
Yeah.
Where
I definitely like Zoe Saldana as Catwoman. Definitely like
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, Zoe Kravitz? I'm sorry. I'm mixing my Zoe's up. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman was excellent.
Yes,
She was
absolutely. Where, if you had to say a top 5 of Batman films, where would you put Mask of the Phantasm?
Top, easily. Mask of the Phantasm is my personal favorite Batman movie. So I wouldn't put it anywhere but the top.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna ever get a different answer for that. So.
Yep.
And as a like second best,
Yeah.
maybe Return of the Joker.
Oh, Batman Beyond.
Yeah. No, people sleep on Batman Beyond, but like it still holds up in
Dude,
my eyes.
As you know, I've been sick for, the last couple of weeks. My comfort show to watch, I put on Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond is fucking excellent. Y'all all need to watch that shit.
What's your opinion on Legends of Tomorrow?
I haven't actually watched a lot of Legends Tomorrow. I did see the What If where Bruce killed Batman, which, by the way, the fact that they brought Kevin Conroy in, that shit popped the shit out of me.
That was because for anybody who doesn't know what he looks like, you don't expect the voice to match the person.
But like when they brought him in with the fucking exoskeleton, and he was turning the evil on, especially when the big reveal came out. Like, yo, fucking chills.
And there's the big What If where Brandon Routh, Adam, ends up running into his version of Superman from Superman Returns. And
yo,
actually,
my favorite thing was when Lois ran. No, it wasn't Lois. It was Lex, played by John Cryer.
I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say when he went back, he was going through all the Supermans. He went to Tom Welling, and Tom Welling said he voluntarily gave up his powers. He got no power you could steal from me.
and fucking they brought Erica Durance
Yes.
to be Lois again. And like, as somebody that watched Smallville, like that, holy shit, that was pure fan service for me.
I feel like that whole saga of episodes was all fan service. But you know,
Yeah.
you won't get any complaints from me, obviously.
Like, you got to be like a real DC geek to know a lot of the references.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yes.
sure.
Yep. Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Fortunately, I am.
So am I.
Okay. Let's get back into a little bit of wrestling. You
That's fair.
wrestled for Reality of Wrestling against a second generation wrestler. How did that come about, and what was that experience like?
Huh. Alright, so this had to have been like damn near the end of 2016, where my best friend in the business, Tyree Taylor, had hit me up because at the time he was wrestling for Reality Wrestling himself. He was training at their spot. You know, he was really tight with Book. So he hit me up. We were talking on the phone one day, actually, and he was like, "Hey, listen, I got a little spotty spot for you up against Sean Studd, the son of Big John Studd. Are you interested?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." I was gonna go down there for vacation anyway, so it was just like, "Fuck it, why not?" So I went down there, and I'm not gonna tell you I wasn't nervous, because I absolutely was. There are a couple of stories I have that cannot make air.
Oh, you can't
But
tease
what
us
I
like that.
no, just trust me on this one.
Oh, I
But what I can tell you is, number one, Charmel is a sweetheart. Like, and second, Book is so much bigger in person than you think.
Yes, he is very tall. I've met him before.
I'm not talking about tall. I'm talking about built like a brick shit house. This motherfucker looks like he came out on parole yesterday. So I was extremely nervous leading up to that whole shit, and we did get through it. It is on YouTube. You can look it up. Reality of Wrestling 140 if you want to see a very young, very chubby Shotgun Adams. Before I found myself and whatever. And I could tell you this: it's one of the most valuable and treasured experiences I've ever had. That entire locker room, top to bottom, was so cool to me. It was an environment where everybody was on their game, but nobody was trying to politic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everybody was sure of what they needed to do, but like nobody was trying to cut your nuts off from behind your back. Nobody was trying to like do that middle school bullshit that wrestling is so notorious for.
Right.
It is easily one of the best locker rooms I've ever been in. I ran into a lot of dudes that like right now are blowing up, like Gino Medina, Bounty Keith. I did not expect Bartek to lead the hottest wrestling promotion in Texas right now, which is New Texas Pro Wrestling. Like, I didn't see that coming like at all. But like, mazel tov to him. Mysterious Q is also fucking great. There's also JJ Blake, Ryan Davidson, Rex Andrews. There were a lot of the women there too that were like crazy. I think AQA just got signed, and I didn't have much interaction with her, but like I'm happy for her.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, it's one of those things that I treasure forever. This one the one story that I can tell was that afterwards, the ring announcer came up to me and my partner at the time, and he was like sweating bullets, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't announce your names. Like I completely forgot about it." And I looked at him and I'm just like, "Did you forget Sean Studd's name?" He was like, "No." I was like, "Fuck it, that's all I care about then."
Okay. No, well, we
You
don't.
know,
Oh, continue. Were you gonna say something?
what I can say is to anybody that's listening, that's like aspiring to, if you're listening to this, don't be afraid of mistakes. Uh, don't be afraid that shit doesn't work out the way you want it to. Because the cool thing about this is you can always try again. You can always be better than the person you were the day before. And you can apply that to life as well as wrestling, really.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, does shotgun prefer to ride shotgun or be in the driver's seat?
What was that question?
Does shotgun prefer to ride shotgun or does he prefer to be in the driver's seat?
I always want to be in the driver's seat whenever I can.
Oh,
I always like to be in control of the situation. That's just how I operate.
fair enough. Onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on
Go ahead.
pizza. What's your stance?
Fuck out of here. No. You know what? Listen. If you enjoy pineapple on pizza, that is your prerogative. Whatever. But like, just understand, you are sinning. You are going against the natural order of shit, and I'm not with it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I will accept your choice, but I will be condemning you. Just understand that.
Okay.
And I don't care who hears it. Riley Shepard.
Oh wow.
ooh,
Okay, we gotta
ooh.
call
Take
out.
it personally. Take it fucking personally.
Alright. Do you have a spirit Pokemon?
Wait, what?
Do you have a spirit Pokemon?
A spirit what?
Pokemon.
A spirit Pokemon. Which Pokemon is your spirit Pokemon?
Chandelure.
Okay.
It's a ghost/fire type. Like, come on, bro.
I love that you had it ready to go. You knew what your Pokemon was.
Yeah. Easily my favorite mon. I've been playing Pokemon since like the 90s, bro. Don't play me.
Weirdest question you'll ever be asked on a wrestling podcast. Would you ever consider wrestling a rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, Scooter.
Not the country.
An actual rock.
Depends on how much I get paid.
And I feel like that's a great answer. just for
I'm just
con-
being real. Like,
just for
bro, you
context,
better pay me.
there's this wrestler called Psycho Mike that wrestled an actual rock for over 15 minutes. What was billed as a Tungsten Man match, an Iron Man match that lasted for 2 weeks.
I'm saying that I'll fight anybody at any time, especially if the money is right. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
My only exception is for, and I'm being legitimate when I say this, anybody that would hurt anything weaker than them. You know what I'm saying?
yes, I completely understand that. But we love Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
For Tracy Smothers?
Yes. Tracy
Mm-hmm.
Smothers acronym for Doug.
We talking about like what he was talking about, Smoky Mountain, or like
ECW.
uh, give me a second. I'm trying to remember. Uh, it was. Just give me a second, because I
T.
yeah, no, I'm kind of drawing a blank.
Scooter.
T is for terrible. H is for hell. U is for
Oh
ugly.
wait, I know. G is for jail. Fuck. How the fuck did I fucking miss that?
Well, hey, you gotta finish it. G is for jail. Finish us off.
Cause.
Yeah, because a thug can't spell.
There you go. Yeah.
All
And
right.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like it is kind of racist. I'm not gonna hold you. Like here's the thing. Like I love Tracy Smothers as a performer, but a lot of that southern shit is actually like pretty racially charged. Like even like here's the thing, and I'm as big a fan of Dusty as anybody. And again, I'm going to catch heat for this, but Dusty owes a lot of his swagger to the black community.
I understand that. Yeah.
No, not gonna disagree. No, that's
Yeah.
absolutely right.
But we haven't heard a lot of bad things about Tracy, and he's not a guy that often gets his flowers, and we just want to kind of honor him on the show. And
No, don't get it twisted. Tracy Smothers, like when he was in the FBI with Tommy Rich, was some of the most hilarious shit I've ever seen. Especially like if y'all could look up '97, I think a little after RVD and Sabu joined Jerry Lawler, it was like, oh, they're going all the way up to Monday night and they're selling out ECW or whatever. There's like a whole ECW like Miserloo promo where the FBI just like go off, especially Tommy Rich and Tracy Smothers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You could never be a paisan. You could never be a gombay. Like that shit popped me.
Scooter, you have a colossal question.
Yes, this is the Kaliko's colossal question named after our third co-host who is not here for this. They are making a movie about the wrestling career of Shotgun Adams, and every movie has to have a soundtrack. What are the top 3 to 5 songs on the soundtrack to the Shotgun Adams wrestling career movie?
That is an interesting question. I don't think I've ever been asked that.
We keep it interesting.
So, of course, my theme music, Deadass by Kemba, has to be somewhere on that list.
Absolutely.
Another one has to be Things Unchanged by the Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
Let's see. Give me a second. Third would be One Love by Nas.
Okay.
All right.
Solid 3 picks. Do you lock them in?
Fourth would be
No, do you lock it in?
Well,
I'm
Gabe,
not locking it in.
I said 3 to 5.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear that. I thought you said 2.
No, you know what? I will replace One Love with Sky's the Limit by the Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
The other one would be give me a second. Let's see. I already named 3, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Fight the Power by Public Enemy.
Good one.
And let's see. All Right by Kendrick Lamar.
All right.
All right.
Solid 5.
Yeah.
And that will bring us into our next segment. Shotgun Adams' Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are about to happen. Can you tell us a story that fits that description?
A crazy story?
Crazy, weird, bizarre, funny.
Okay. Man, there's a bunch. Trying to figure out, like, okay, so it's had to have been like 2015, 2016. So I was driving down to New Jersey for this Ace show. If you don't know what Ace is, look it up on Facebook. I don't remember the
Ace, the promotion in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one Mike Morgan runs.
Yep.
So I'm driving out of this Ace show with Astro Morales and Nino Cruz at the time. We were driving down there, and everything's cool up until we almost ran right into this fucking car that, like, just stopped in the middle of the road.
Ooh.
And we were about to crash, and we just barely stopped. And I'm like, fuck! And for the next couple of years, both Astro and Nino Cruz would give me, like, mad shit because I'm just like, because they were just like, oh my God, you freaked out like that. I'm just like, nigga, we almost died. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm riding shotgun in this shit, and then... And here's the thing, like, nobody in the tri-state area knows how to drive. Anybody that's ridden up and down the roads can tell you that. Let's see. Fuck. It's just... Oh yeah, there's this one time where me and Logan Black were riding home from this New World Wrestling Extreme show in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. We were riding all the way back to New York, and we were talking about random shit. And I was talking about my Tinder game and whatever. And let me preface this by saying that Tinder is trash. It's wild trash. But like, I'm just sitting here and looking through all these girls that want to be in a relationship. And let me preface this by saying I am fully with any person's ability to choose what they want to be in, whether they want to be casual, whether they want to be a relationship, whether they want to be this, that, or third. Cool with it. It's not what I'm looking for, all right? So, like, I'm looking for Tinder, and I'm looking at my Tinder, and I'm just like, damn, bro, all these girls that want to be in a relationship, like, come on, yo, like, leave some cheeks for the streets. And Logan took that ball and ran with it, and that's why you will hear him call himself the street sweeper.
Oh my god.
And I'm just sitting here like, let me tell you something, bro. As much love as I got for you, there's only one street sweeper, and you looking at him.
Oh my god, I love that. That's
Don't get
hilarious.
it twisted for even a second.
Hey, thank you for those stories. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully, making money off the one thing that I actually love doing. Like, and I think that should be like anybody's goal. Like, everybody wants to have like a good job and settle and all that, and more power to ya. For me, it's just like I don't like the system we live in, like at all. But if I have to live in this system and I have to play this game, let me at least do something that I actually love doing. And I love the game.
Alright.
For better or worse, I love this. The act of pro wrestling is something that to this day brings me joy.
Absolutely. And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off what Shotgun Adams is all about?
Well, I mentioned earlier IWW Good Vibes and Dives, where I had a no DQ match with Logan Black. I would suggest y'all watch that. It is, to this day, my favorite match of all time. But again, I would also recommend y'all stick on my Twitter because I will always announce what I'm doing next, especially if it's something big. Y'all can follow me at Shotgun Adams. All right?
And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
All right.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Eddie Guerrero.
Worst wrestler.
I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Scooter, give him the
The default answer you have chosen is Eva Marie.
I'm trying not. I'm sure she's a nice person, but that slap she hit on Lawler was just God.
Your main event in WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Wait, what was that question?
Your main event in WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Brock Lesnar.
Ooh. If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
I picked my own because that shit is fire.
Okay, well, let's say that there's a copyright issue. They can't find the song. What's the second choice?
Eddie Kingston.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is.
Whatever the fuck you make of it.
We also would have accepted is quite good on toast.
And can I just say, that was a great answer. I love that answer. Squash. Fruit or vegetable?
Wait, what?
Squash. Fruit or vegetable?
I mean, well, squash is a food by default, isn't it? Fruit or vegetable?
Fruit or vegetable, yes.
I think pumpkin's a fruit, ain't it? So I would have to say fruit.
And you would be correct.
Yeah.
Scooter?
Uh, oh, uh,
Are you okay?
yeah.
No, okay. I thought you were gonna say something.
No, no.
Okay.
How many did we answer so far?
We have two more. New to
Okay.
band wrestler, Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question: what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Uh, whatever would make you the most money. Being honest,
That's a
I,
great
I, I don't, I don't, I don't judge nobody. Whatever you got to do to get your paper, bro.
And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allen?
No,
And
no,
that
I
is
have not.
and that is the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much, Shotgun, for coming on and doing this with us.
Hey, don't worry about it. I appreciate y'all inviting me.
Absolutely. It was truly a pleasure. And once again, can you tell us where we can find you on social media, merchandise, everything Shotgun Adams related?
Absolutely. Y'all, first of all, if we're talking about social media, y'all can peep me on Twitter and Instagram at Shotgun Adams. It's all one word, exactly how it sounds like. There's no like other letters or semicolons or fucking spaces or whatever. It's one word. I made it easy for all of y'all. Uh, Also, if you want to peep me on IWTV, which I am, I would also recommend y'all watch Industrial World Wrestling. And again, I'm making my debut at other locations. I already told you about Pro Wrestling Magic, but you're gonna see me in more and more things down the line. Like I'm going everywhere. So I would suggest y'all stay on my Twitter because that's where y'all get the most updates on what it is I'm doing. And also, if you're looking for merchandise, y'all can find it on Shotgun Adams, all one word, dot threadless.com. All right, we got like 4 different designs for y'all. We got your regular Shotgun Adams T-shirt. If you just want to rep the name, no judgment. Would love y'all for it. But we also got the Deadass T-shirt, the Last Stop Deadass T-shirt, which I particularly am happy about. But we also got the Peacekeeper T-shirt, named after my finish. And finally, we got the Act Like You Know T-shirt. We have variety for y'all. We have it in different styles, different colors. Y'all want tank tops? Y'all want different colors? It's all right there. Go to shotgunadams.threadless.com. I might be opening new stores down the line. Again, please follow me on Twitter. Y'all will hear about it first.
All right. And you don't even have to drill it into your Google machines. All of those links will be in the description of the video below, or on Twitter and not Twitter, on YouTube and Castbox. Simply go into the description and click the link. You will be on those pages. You have no excuses. You've been listening to him for just under an hour and a half. Buy a damn short.
Facts, bro. Like, come on. If you want to be styling on these motherfuckers, if you want to be stunting on these hoes for the summer, and for the record, hoes is gender neutral. If you want to be styling on male, a female, a non-binary, anywhere in between, if you want to be stunting on these hoes for the summer, go on shotgunadams.thrillers.com. Not gonna be disappointed.
And of course, if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, both on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and 301 Coffee. Join us next Wednesday for another incredible interview. July is not everything is confirmed, but some big things are happening, and you should go to our social media as well on Twitter and Instagram, Wrestling with E, and you'll get news, updates, links for all our future interviews. You can follow me on Twitter at JamesJ993. You can follow Kaliko at I am Kaliko, and where can we find Scooter?
As always, find me on Twitter at ScooterDust. Find the new triumvirate team of myself, James, and Ryan Dust hosting the Remix on YouTube, a premium audio companion experience for all your WWE Premium Live event needs. And of course, revel in my Twitch antics along with Rico Constantino Jr. and the rest of the Smoking Dragons clan, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
Oh, and one last thing, I should have mentioned this sooner. I would also recommend, if you want to see what I'm doing in the next month or two, follow Wrestlers Lab on Twitter. That's at Wrestlers Lab, and keep a close eye on the August 12th show, Scientific Tendencies. You're gonna see some shit. I promise.
All right. Giving a little teaser at the end of this. It's kind of like the last clip before the ending of a Marvel movie.
Yeah, I'm hitting you with that Marvel trailer.
Yeah.
That's stingers, yep.
Now, the shotgun. When I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment. Okay.
That
For all very special guest Shotgun Adams, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with
entertainment. Y'all better act like you know, hoes.
Hey, folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show. Support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.